Hey, Bella, congrats. I was wondering if you could talk just a bit about how the team has progressed defensively as a unit. It seems at times at the beginning of the season, there were some good defensive performances. And now at the end of the season, everyone is defending at a top level. And then you're back there to make some big saves. You just talk about that in relation to tying the or getting the club record for clean sheets and tying the NWSL record for that.
Yeah, I think that we had a stint over the summer where we were getting it felt like clean sheet after clean sheet, and we were doing a lot of good things. We got away from that a little bit. So just as a defensive unit, it took a lot of just addressing little things, little tweaks here and there, building our confidence and knowing that by and large we were doing the right things, just missing some key moments and like key spacing and positioning and body shape. So just tightening those things up has given us a lot of success in the last few weeks.
All right, we'll go to Nick Krupke next.
Bella, in a year of just collecting hardware one after another, there's one big one left. But the significance of the Shield going to the playoffs is what to you?
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the year, this group came together and we had a game plan and goals before us. And we set those goals to win everything. And that meant, ICC, Challenge Cup, the Shield. We want to win the championship. Despite having those big outcome-based goals, we've been extremely process-based and really just taking it a game at a time. So we are so happy to bring this home to Portland, but it really is on to the next thing, fixing the mistakes from this game, and making sure that we're moving on, getting rest, getting recovered so that we're ready to close the season out at home.
All right, next we'll go to Paul Danzer.
Hey, Bella, what were those last 15 or 20 minutes like with Houston really pushing for that goal and you guys at the end of a tough stretch of games too?
Yeah, Houston's a team that will not give up, and you can bet that they're going to be pushing to the last second. So just managing that wave after wave was getting a little bit tiring, but I think that we stayed calm and just continued to do the right things. We weren't getting pulled out of position. Doing what we could as a defensive unit to manage their momentum was key in the last 15 minutes, and just being smart with the ball. So yeah, I think that Houston provided us a lot of challenges in the last 15 minutes of that game, but we managed their momentum as best we could.
A couple more questions for Bella. Next, we'll go to Jessa Braun.
Hi, Bella. Congrats on the win. This Shield kind of builds on what's been a huge year for Christine Sinclair. I'm wondering if you could talk a bit about kind of what she's brought to your team this year.
Yeah, Sink is obviously our captain, but she's also just a rock for us in there. I think that she's not the type of like rah-rah leader that you would expect a lot of captains to be. She leads by example, and she leads with just a presence that we all respond really well to and keeps us really grounded. So we missed her this summer, but we were so glad to have her back in the midfield with us. And she's someone that I think that we all look to in terms of how to manage the game and just locking it down in there for us. She's been huge. So she's a thorn that I think that everyone just really relies on and leans on in these stressful times.
And we'll take one final question from Melina.
Thank you. Hi, Bella. Congrats on the clean sheets and clinching the Shield. So you guys, like a lot of the other NWSL teams, had a tight schedule, but you also had weird calls. So I wanted to know what does it mean to clinch the Shield before the FIFA break, and also if this gives you like an extra dose of pump, knowing that you are going to finish against North Carolina and Providence Park. Thank you.
Sure. I think that this season's been incredibly tight in the standings. Every team has showed that they're at an extremely high level this year, and only a couple points have been separating teams. So we weren't the only team in this position going into this weekend that we needed to perform in order to meet whatever expectation we had. For us, it was to win the Shield, given the results last night of other teams. But we weren't putting too much stake in how other teams were doing. We knew that we wouldn't be able to control that. We went into this game and went into this, away trip, knowing that our destiny is really in our own hands, and we're not going to be able to control how the other NWSL teams are going to be doing. We're not going to be able to control our opponent. We're only going to be able to control our own tactics and our own team and our own effort. So I think that was something that kept my anxiety down. And just, even though the Shield was on the table tonight, I think that we played with the same approach and same intensity we have been every game this season.